Welcome to another edition of Five Star Pod Splash. I am your host, Andre Harris. Today we are going to be breaking down one of my favorite, not one of my absolute number one favorite comic book of all time. We are talking about the X-Men. In today's episode of Five Star Pod Splash, we are breaking the rules once again due to how many people were on the polls and how many votes came in for so many different characters. Thought it would only be right that we do a top 25 given the amount of votes that were casted and the amount of people that were chosen. There's just too many people to leave off with just doing a top 10, especially when there was about 80 to 90 characters that were on the polls. So with that being said, before we get into the top 25, we do have five, actually six honorable mentions because the last honorable mention was a tie. So they would have actually both been tied for 30th place. So the first honorable mention, or the last honorable mention, might I say, goes to Banshee and Domino. So it was Banshee and Domino. They came in both at 30th. And if I could look at my polls right now for Banshee and Domino, they both came in with 31 votes apiece. So that is what they ended up with. Shout out to some of the people, the groups that took time to vote on this, from the actual X-Men group to Game Haven to Rareform Gaming, the Marvel DC discussion group, and so many others. Afro saying, appreciate you guys for taking the time to vote on these polls. Couldn't do this without y'all. Well, I'd just be giving my personal opinion, but I didn't want to just drop my personal opinion like just because my favorite means that is like the deemed, you know, like overall of the community. So I want to reach out to the whole community, and we might not see eye to eye on this list. I definitely gonna have a different list than this, mine personally, which I did not make because it's actually a little bit harder now that I think about it, since I'm so like intertwined into this series and lore. But this is the top 25 X-Men members, so you have to be we're only doing the good guys. Have to be an X-Men, X Factor, X Force, Excalibur, uh, so on and so forth. You know the groups, Generation X and everything. So anyway, Domino and Banshee coming in honorable mention number 5. The fourth honorable mention. These are the people who did not make the list, mind you, is Warpath. So Warpath coming in. Warpath, this is not to be confused with the Warpath that died early on when they did the giant size issue when they first came out. And actually that was Thunderbird, if I'm not mistaken. This is his brother, Warpath. Warpath was dope during the 90s. Big part of X-Force. He'd be the one to take the hit and then bring it back to you. Oh, no, that was Strong Guy who would do that. But Warpath was like his counterpart. For X Factor had Strong Guy and X-Force had Warpath. I was more of a Strong Guy personally, but Warpath was the one who coming in on this list at honorable mention number 4. Honorable mention number 3. I said this person's name. I realized I would say this dude's name wrong my entire childhood. I would always call him Multiply Man. But coming in honorable mention number 3 is Multiple Man. So yeah, from X Factor, Multiple Man was definitely dope. Definitely reminds me, well, not reminds me because he was out way before oh boy from My Hero Academia. Mine going a little blank right now. I'm so mad I'm forgetting my man Twice, but yeah, Multiply Man was like the good Twice, or the version of Twice, and he definitely had a episode or an issue right when he died in that X Factor issue. I think it was either 50 or 100, where he just like kind of had like a similar meltdown that Twice had, which was a dope story in itself. So X Factor was definitely fired back in the 90s. Coming in, honorable mention number 2, we got Dazzler. Dazzler, man, like who does not like Dazzler from the X-Men arcade game? Fire. She already cemented her legacy just being in that arcade game alone. Like in the arcade back in the day, like she was super dope, bro. Like, and then she's definitely had her reincarnation. She had her times where she'd be out of the spotlight, come back in. Jim Lee brought her back in for a minute. She had that thing with the cartoon back in the day before they did the original animated series, or not the original, but the 90s animated series that blew up. Like they had a pilot that they did that had Dazzler in it as well. So Dazzler definitely put in some work. So it's dope that she gets an honorable mention because again, there's so many people who did not even make the honorable mention or the top 25 because again, it's a long list. So shout out to her for even making this list, you know, because I believe I don't want to throw any spoilers out there, so just in case someone's expecting someone and then bust their bubble and they don't make it, you know, because there's a lot of people who didn't make it. Honorable mention number one is Forge. So Forge, man, Forge, another person who kind of has similarities to My Hero Academia with Momo, being able to create pretty much anything he can think of. Well, unlike her, she like it comes out of her body or whatever, but with Forge, he just is like this super genius, making all this futuristic technology and stuff. Like puts his brain and everything. Like he's not as smart as like a Reed Richards or uh, a Dr. Victor Von Doom or whatever, but his mutant ability basically makes him on their level. He can make stuff that they could make and everything. The only thing is he doesn't even know how he made it. You know, because that's like how crazy his power is and everything. But he was the original lover of Storm. I know this new generation they paired Storm with Black Panther, but for the longest, this was who Storm's love interest was Forge. So dope to see Forge actually even got this much acknowledgement because like he would have his he would make his appearance and be in a couple of dope storylines, but like he wasn't like as frequent as a lot of people on the list. So now we're coming into the top 25, making it on the list. I'm glad he at least made it onto the top 25. On my personal list, he definitely would make top 25. And I'm talking about Cannonball, the leader of the original X-Force, New Mutant OG, Sam Guthrie. Like, yo, man, I would rock with Cannonball heavy, man. I remember Joe Mad brought him back, had him go one-on-one with Gladiator. You know, he's invincible when he's in Cannonball form. Like, that was Cable's right-hand man, bro. Like, yo, Cannonball definitely deserved to be on the list, so I'm glad that he made the list, man. Shout out to everybody in those groups who put these polls in. I'm looking at Cannonball coming in. He had 40 votes. So, yo, shout out to Cannonball, man. Coming in number 24. I'm surprised she beat Cannonball on the list. But, man, yeah, before I even say who this next person is, shout out to this group, but it just also just a shout out to Marvel and the X-Men. And I ain't talking about like, I'll even say current X-Men. I was about to say I ain't talking the current, I'm talking about like the old school and everything with Jim Lee and everything and Chris Claremont and all that. But man, Jonathan Hickman been doing it. So like he's one of the few exceptions to like what's going on right now in the political landscape with all the comic books trying to turn these comic books into like platforms for like their activism and like really like it's just something I want to like consume to escape. You know what I'm saying? Like escapism. Like it's more so something I want to just go in and read like an action adventure. You know what I'm saying? Like just instead of being preached to or someone's political ideologies being like pushed on me. Like I'm not trying to read comic books to watch the news. You know, so. But before I say that, like dope to Marvel for like, man, there's so many dope women in the X-Men universe alone. Like they really make up a huge percentage of Marvel too. So I'm looking at like all the women they got on this list. Like they got some bangers, bro. With that being said, I went to a little tangent there. Number 24 is Polaris. You know, at one time believed to be the daughter of Magneto. She's not. She should be the daughter of Magneto. I don't know if they retconned and made her the daughter of Magneto now. I did read House of X and Powers of X, and I got all that. But man, I need to go back and double down on it because I haven't read it since I first purchased it when it first came out. But yeah, I got all those. I got a long, extensive like my comic book knowledge super deep. I'd say with the X-Men lore more than anything else because that's like what I originally gravitated to. But you know, with the comic cards, that was very popular back in the day. Like you'd have like the whole universe from Marvel and DC because you like the different universe and you read and you get everybody's initial background story, you know, and then you know from there like who the main rivals are, what books to pick up, you know, the keys and all that. But like X-Men, that was when I had like I just had damn near all of it. So like this is my my shit right here, man. Polaris coming in at number 24. Like, she definitely underrated, but I can't say that because she made the list over so many people. So even though I was sleeping on her, like if I had my personal 25, I might have slept on Polaris. She might not have made my top 25, but it's dope that she made the official top 25 of the community uh, of fans that voted on this, man. Coming in at number 23, Jubilee. Man, Jubilee definitely would have made the top 25 of mine, man. I always rocked with Jubilee, man. Jubilee definitely was like that person who she was the catalyst. So she's like basically that person that like the audience or the reader will like position themselves like see through the eyes of, like, you know what I'm saying? So Jubilee is definitely a dope character, man. X-Men animated series fire. Um Man, Jubilee, I can't say enough good things about her. I believe recently they turned her into a vampire. I don't really see the deal with that. I have snacks up on my foods here, but I don't really see the deal with that. But I know she got a baby now, but it's been a long time, man. Jubilee, one of those, she's one of the last characters when I look at like the X-Men now, because I going back and reading like there wasn't like a lot of super dope new characters that came out since the Deadpool, Bishop, Jubilee, Gambit. You know, those came out all around the 90s, you know, and I got that first issue of Gambit too, and the entire Jim Lee run almost. So X-Men's my that's my this is my heart right here. I love X-Men. So shout out to everybody who voted on this. Jubilee coming in number 23, coming in number 22. She started off as super villain and she was good at it. We talking about Emma Frost, that homebreaker. Homewrecker. Look at Emma Frost. You know, I have to come through here, take Cyclops from Jean. I ain't with it, but you know, I think Cyclops is back with Jean Grey now. They got some little weird thing going on up in the little uh comics that they're alluding to. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't even when the story's so good and it's not the primal focus, you can get away with it. See, like that's the beauty. That's the problem with like these other books that they're pushing out. Like it's just too much. Like it's the primary focus. Like just if you have a real good book and then you just sneak it in, like it's way better than if you just trying to shove it down our throats. You know what I'm saying? Emma Frost, the White Queen, showed Iceman how to do this, son, with his own powers, working his powers better than he know how to work them. Shout out to Emma Frost making it on the list at number 22. Coming in at number 21 is X-23. X-23 pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't the biggest X-23 fan, like, because around this time I wasn't really I took a little break from comic books because, man, like me growing up, I was always an artist. I was influenced from the Jim Lee, the Joe Morata, Mark Silvestri, the Todd McFarlane's, Sam Keith, you know, Eric Larson, Fred Perry, Adam Warren, you know, like the list goes on. J. Scott Campbell, Humberto Ramos, so on and so forth, you know, and so like that's what primarily drove me in. Being a kid was the art, you know. As I got older, that's when the stories start to matter more, and but at that time I was so ingrained as an artist that, like, for me, art is always going to be like the primary. If you got good art, I'm going to support you, I'm going to check you out. You're getting copped, I'm buying your material, and that's always going to be like a primary thing for me. Just being an artist is I'm always going to go for that art. But like the new generation of artists, they don't be hitting like the Joe Morata and and sorry if I mispronounced, the Joe Mad and Jim Lee and them, you know, like there ain't no artists that have surpassed like those 90s and early 2000 artists. So like I kind of fell back for a minute. So like I start to come back into the fold after a while. You know what I'm saying? I always did the comic kind of, and I always read comic books just like these ones. Like I always supported like the independents, the gold diggers, and the stuff like that, you know. Coming in number 20, though, I went on a long tangent right there, and I'm messing up because I got this battle rap I'm trying to get to. Is Magic. I believe Magic. Yo, Magic, also Dark Child. I rock with her, man. She got like a dark, you know what I'm saying? Like she really, like the name Dark Child really fits her, man. I definitely like her over a lot of the little females, man. Like she is badass. Like there's no other way around it. Like she's about that life, bruh. This next, I'm seeing with the 19, bruh. Y'all gonna make me Hulk up right now, man. Y'all making me mad because 19 does not deserve this disrespect. This 19 is in my top 10 X-Men. But according to votes, y'all got him 19, man. Y'all disrespected the heck out of my boy. How y'all got Bishop 19, bruh? How y'all gonna play Bishop like that, bruh? Bishop was that dude back in the 90s, bruh. Are you kidding me? Y'all got Bishop at 19? That is so disrespectful, man. Come back from the future, bro. Like the times he showed up in the cartoon was some of the best episodes, bro. His storyline, the rivalry of Gambit, bro, the powers, bro, the future, the brother with the red bandana so whooping through the future. What, bro? Like you was tripping, bro. The Jerry curl, bro, with the mullet, a mullet Jerry curl, bro. Only 19. Man, y'all wild, y'all wildin', man. Like, yeah, I gotta come up with my own personal top 25. I don't got a list off the top, but I know Bishop is definitely in my top 10, bro. Definitely in my top 10. Coming at number 18, definitely in my top 10, if not top 15, is Havoc, younger brother of Scott Summers, Cyclops. Havoc is fire, bro. Like, I definitely was always a huge Havoc fan, man. Leader of X Factor, his mutant power is super dope. Like he really could rock Cyclops, but like they nerf each other. They got some type of thing where they're immune to each other's powers, but he definitely got the stronger power. Even though Cyclops, like his vision, basically like he's hitting whatever he's looking directly at. Like there's no dodging that. Like so I don't know. It's kind of I think he's more destructive. He got more destructive output. So like Havoc coming in 18, it's dope to see him get that recognition. I can't believe y'all dog Bishop like that, but man, y'all kind of dogged Havoc too, because man, Havoc is fire, bro. But man, that just shows how crazy the X-Men roster is, bro. You got Bishop and Havoc, 19 and 18. That's how many dope characters you got in the X-Men, man. Coming in number 17, we got Shadowcat. Shadowcat, man, I remember, man, I've been reading comic books so long, man. I don't know if y'all have this series, man. I don't know. I have to, man, I would have so many more boxes. I got like 2 long boxes, and then I got like I don't know how many folders back there. Like folders with like about 50 comic, or I ain't gonna say 50, about like 30 to a lot of comic books, bro. But like I'd have twice as many comic books if I didn't have to. I have to get rid of a lot of comic books when I was a little kid. Mom went on like a little religious trip at one point and had me like get rid of all my Magic the Gathering cards, all my comic books, and everything. I had to start over, bro. Like I caught up. I went and got back all my old X-Men Jim Lees and all that stuff that like but like I have to start over at one point, which really hurt me, man. I have way more, but I still got a lot of comic books. Probably got like about 500 or so. But if I'm just like making an estimation, you know what? Actually, definitely more than that because I got every Gold Digger comic book that there is, and Fred Perry got about 200 by himself. Yeah. But Shadowcat, there was this mini series I used to have. I don't got it no more. But Shadowcat and Wolverine. Wolverine's like training Shadowcat like how to like kill people basically, because you know what I'm saying? Because Shadowcat, like Mirio, another My Hero Academia, man, that power is broken, bro. She could literally just like run through you, snatch out all your organs, your heart, and all that stuff, and then dead you. You know what I'm saying? Can't even touch her. She don't want you to. You know what I'm saying? So that phasing is broken, bro. Like, so dope for Shadowcat to make it into the 17th spot. Before Jubilee, she was like the original Jubilee young person on the team. You know what I'm saying? Show the ropes to like the person that they like try to make the story like be like through the eyes that the younger audience will like take in. You know what I'm saying? The person for the younger audience to relate to. So say on there. Coming in number 16, another person definitely in my top 10. So y'all got the Hulk mask again. This is the second huge disagreement. This is the second huge disagreement that we're gonna have, man. Number 16, definitely top 10 for me, man. Maybe top 5 for me, bruh. Cable, bruh. Are you kidding me, bruh? Are you kidding me? Cable was that dude back in the 90s, bruh. New Mutants, Strife, Deadpool, the Mutant Liberation Army, X-Force, Time Travel, Beef with Apocalypse? Are you kidding me, bro? Like, yo, son of Cyclops and Jean Grey, or Maddie and Pryor, the clone Jean Grey. Like, bro, Cable is that dude, bro. The Cable and Wolverine scraps back in the day, y'all. Man, y'all don't know. Y'all don't know better, man. The community is spoken, but man, I don't know, man. This community's tripping right now, man. Disrespecting some of my favorites right now, man. A lot of my top 10 ain't even in the top 15. How y'all doing? How you doing me like this? Coming in number 15, one of the OG X-Men members. We got Archangel. Warren Worthington III, big money on the team, the playboy on the team. Maddie got turned blue. But, man, that ain't like Apocalypse ain't upgrade you, man, because what was those little feather wings going to do when you out there on the battlefield, bro? You know what I'm saying? Apocalypse got you right. Apocalypse made Archangel woke. He was like, look, my brother, you ashamed to be a mutant. But he made him realize what he was, man. Number 14, oh my God. Yo, number 14, bro. Yo, this is so disrespectful. This man is definitely in my top 5, if not, yo, he top 5, bro. Let's keep it 100 stack. This dude is top 5, bro. And y'all put him 14, bro. And he 14. Y'all gonna put Professor X at number 14. How is Professor X not top 10 X-Men, bro? Y'all about to make me rage up in here right now, bro. I'm literally about to rage right now, bro. It's his team. It's his dream, bro. He's the one everybody follows, bro. He's the reason they there, bro. They all fight for his mission objective, bro. He's the boss, CEO, chairman of the board, bro. The president. Bro, y'all bugging, bro. He's the Martin Luther King of Marvel Comics, man. I ain't saying he was based after Martin Luther King. I'm just saying he is. And to make matters worse, man, y'all really making me mad right now, dog. Y'all so disrespectful. Y'all put him 14, and y'all gonna put Magneto number 13 on the list? Really? You gonna put the number 1 X-Men villain on the X-Men list because he was technically an X-Men member? And a lot of villains I didn't want to put on the list because, like, you know, especially with the whole House of X thing, everybody's X-Men now technically. But with Magneto, I put him and a couple others on the list that were on there because they just been X-Men several times. X-Men left the X-Men a few times, not just Age of Apocalypse back in the day when it was Havoc, Psylocke, Longshot, Wolverine, Rogue, like, bro, like, so Storm, so Dazzler, so, like, he's been on the X-Men several times as a member, bro. But for him to be ranked higher than Professor X, you saying he's a better good guy and bad? Obviously a better bad guy. Professor X ain't a bad guy. But you saying he's a better good guy than Professor X too? But not like, yo, y'all wild disrespectful right now, bro. Coming in number 12, I can't believe this person was not voted at least top 10. Me personally, coming up and growing up and knowing X-Men like I do, like, he's about placed right for me personally. But, bro, Deadpool only made number 12 on the list? I'm surprised, bro, because this new generation, Deadpool's that dude right now. He got the juice. Back in the 90s, like, Deadpool was not as popular as a lot of people on this list. You know what I'm saying? He definitely wasn't more popular than Cable. For 100% fact, he wasn't. He was not. I don't think he was more popular than Bishop. I don't know if he was more. I don't think he was more popular than Havoc. So, like, but over time, you know what I'm saying, the 2000s, like the mid 2000s, around the time Joe Mad had his run with them, and then he started to get his and then I'm forgetting the old boy's name. He's a super dope artist, man. Joseph, no, it ain't him. Super dope artist got a hold of him too. Right after the Joe Matt run, someone else got a hold of him and did some dope artwork for him. Dope comic book run, the Cable Deadpool, and then he had a Deadpool series as well. And now that I'm thinking about it, man, like I definitely gotta go back and get that collection, bro. I gotta add that to the collection because those Deadpool comics is fire. I ain't gonna lie. Deadpool coming in number 12, coming in number 11 on the list. Psylocke, bro. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I used to get busy with Psylocke, bro. Like Psylocke in the X-Men, Jim Lee run, fire, bro. Like Psylocke always was dope, super fire. Little confusing, I ain't gonna lie, when they had the double Psylocke come through and everything, find out like she basically stole the body and everything. It was like another mutant and everything, but which is crazy. That kind of makes her like a villain. The other one, but anyway, coming down to the top 10 because I got to make this quick because I do got somewhere I got to be. Coming in number 10 is Beast, Dr. Henry McCoy, the smart guy on the team, creator of Cerebro OG. Hank, man, Hank got so much game. He was pulling regular females with all that fur. You know what I'm saying? Dude, stay with the chinchilla, man. But Hank McCoy coming in number 10, only other OG, first dude to join the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Opened the door for other mutants to be able to join the normal hero groups and everything like that. Coming in number 9 on the list, we got Iceman, Bobby Drake. You know, I ain't too mad. You know what I'm saying? Out of all like the gender swapping and all that, I don't really have a big deal about them making switching Iceman sexuality. I could deal with that. That's cool. I don't really care about that. But Iceman's still a dope character, regardless of however they want to try to like classify him as. Iceman was always a dope character. You cannot hate on Iceman, bro. Super OP, Omega level mutant. Dope. Always was a dope character design for him. Even though he's like basically naked, like just like the ice bridge and everything. I always rocked with Iceman, bro. Super funny, like the heart of the group, man. Heart of the original group for sure. Didn't take no stuff from Wolverine when Wolverine first got there and everything. Iceman was super dope, man. Coming in number 8 on the list, we got Colossus, strong man of the team from USSR, Mother Russia. Yo, man, Colossus, man. My brother, who's a comedian, he used to always like do like this like Colossus impersonation with like the Russian accent. He used to always crack me up, man. Like, but Colossus on the X-Men cartoon, bro, just dogging out my boy Wolverine, tossing him like a rag doll and everything. I did not like that. I did not like how they did my boy Wolverine in the cartoon series at all. They was having everybody work Wolverine, bro. I even go for so different from the comic book where Wolverine's putting hands on everybody that he's just getting like done dirty in the cartoon, man. But man, that cartoon was fire, man. Coming in number 7 on the list, we got Nightcrawler, man. That is OG, man. So definitely dope to see Kurt Wagner on the list at number 7 coming in. Man, the arcade game back in the day, man. If you couldn't get like the 3 main people to try to get was Wolverine, Nightcrawler, and Colossus. And to be honest, Nightcrawler probably was the most popular person on that game, man. Everybody loved doing that little zigzag with the teleportation. Him, Colossus were wild. Wolverine, Cyclops was fire too, man. Storm, I mean, everybody on that game was fire. I take it back, man. But Nightcrawler was super dope for that teleport, man. Coming in number 6, we got the Redhead, Jean Grey. Hey, Red. You know what I'm saying? Jean Grey, super OP. Strongest person probably in the entire squad. Jean Grey, one thing like I feel like I don't know if even the creators, I mean like the people working at Marvel and everything, like I don't like how they Jean Grey is not as stronger and they say she is now, but let me just clarify because it's like, dang, man, I should not know Marvel better than you. Like, to the people at Marvel, Jean Grey is not a stronger telepath than Professor X. That's her secondary skill that she got trained in from Professor X, bro. Her primary is telekinesis, moving things with her mind, not reading people's mind. People be seeing that. I was like reading the little book or whatever, and they had like Jean Grey over there, and like they're talking about like the strongest telepathic in the world and all this stuff. I'm just like, strongest telekinesis, you know, but telepathic, no. Like, what feat has she did that shows that she is a stronger telepathic than Professor X? Man, Professor X was cybermacking to Princess Alondra, who's like galaxies away or planets away. Bruh, until she do that, Professor X over here muting whole cities and meetings and everything, everybody up in there, like, you know, she hasn't done that. Like, and when she's at her most powerful is like when she has the Phoenix Force. So like, bro, like we've seen her when she's just doing her telekinesis. Even in the cartoon, she's another person they nerf crazy in the cartoon. They hold out Wolverine and Jean Grey something vicious in that cartoon series, because every time she lift anything, she'd be like, "Oh, I'm exhausted," and she'd be like tired immediately. Like, so she was like almost rendered useless after like moving anything, bro. But like in the comic, she was definitely more OP, and she definitely is OP. But even in her her telepathic ability, she's strong. But like when people be like, "Yo, because of the Phoenix, she's automatically now like a." I'm talking base Jean Grey. Base Jean Grey is not a stronger telepathic than Professor X. She could hold her own in there with Professor X and back him up. You know what I'm saying? She's a good second. Psylocke is good up in there. You know, got Emma Frost is good up in there. I'm pretty sure there's other additional telepathic that's been added to the franchise recently, but it was always Professor X #1 telepathic, bro. Like that we let's not get Jean Grey right. She's telekinesis. Primary, telepathic, secondary. Coming in #5, we got Rogue, the Southern Belle of the gang. You know what I'm saying? Beat down Miss Marvel. So like this is why I don't like what the whole thing with Marvel when they like came in. They're like, yo, Miss Marvel is better, stronger than Thor and Hulk and all these people. I'm like, Miss Marvel got handled by a person whose only power at the time was absorption. And after she got that absorption, she like basically put you on the sideline for the longest. So if she's more powerful than how they're presenting her, then that would mean essentially that Rogue is the same, because she's basically got Miss Marvel's abilities, but she got so much more swag and character to her. So like, and she keeps her absorption power, so she could add on at any time, you know. So Rogue is definitely a problem, bro. And I'm surprised none of My Hero Academia got Rogue's ability to absorb. I mean, you kind of do with All For One, but yeah, it's a little bit different. But Rogue coming in #5, coming in #4 at the list. This person should have been, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This person should have been top 3. Top 3, I mean, there's only 4 people left, really. But coming in at #4 on the list is Cyclops, bruh. I can't even be mad. I was going to get the hug. I can't even be mad, man. Cyclops, the OG, the #1 best leader of the X-Men. I don't care if you feel different. Cyclops is the OGs, the epitome of the X-Men, man. Even when the X-Men, even when he goes rogue, like man, I'm losing my mind now because I'm thinking about other things now. Cyclops is arguably the greatest X-Men of all time, bro. Like, who's put in more work for the X-Men than Cyclops, bro? Who's left X-Men more times than Cyclops? Man, Cyclops is that dude, man. That's frontline OG starting 5. He's that dude, man. My little sister loved Cyclops back in the day, dude. That was hilarious. That's another thing. Cyclops used to pull all the females, Jean Grey, clone Jean Grey, Maddie and Pryor, Emma Frost, Psylocke was trying to home wreck, you know what I'm saying? Pretty sure he could have pulled Oreo. I'm pretty sure he could have pulled Storm. Pretty sure he could have pulled anyone else up on there, man. Cyclops was a problem. I remember even on the cartoon they alluded to when like he accidentally like gave mouth to Rogue, and she's like, "Oh, we kissed," or something like that. Like, I forgot. Like, there's some type of little interaction with, like, I'm a little fuzzy because I haven't seen it forever, but there was a little interaction with Rogue where she even kind of like had like a little crush on Cyclops. So I'm alluding to, like, Cyclops was that dude, bro, and he put in wild work. And unlike the Captain Americas who just magically just like take a serum and like got hands all of a sudden, we've seen more than anybody, more than Mr. Fantastic, more than Superman, heck, even more. I ain't gonna say Batman, but more than a lot of superheroes, we've seen the progression of Cyclops. We've seen him start off as like a young teenager, and we've seen from the danger rooms in the missions and everything over time him like level up. So like it makes sense. Like we kind of see where he's at. Like we've seen, it makes more sense to where like someone's just out the blue is just strong. Like how you get strong just out of nowhere, like just sudden level boost. Like we've seen Cyclops put in that work to get where he's at. So shout out to Cyclops. Definitely like I wouldn't have been mad if he was higher. I wouldn't be mad if he was ranked number one, even though my number one isn't Cyclops. I wouldn't be mad if overall the people had ranked him number one, but he only came in at number 4. And let me see how many votes Cyclops had. Cyclops came in at number 4 with 138 votes overall, bro. Shout out to the 138 of y'all, man. Coming in at number 3 on the list, man. This is my number 2 on the list of my personal, and that's Gambit, Remy LeBeau. Man, the OG, man. You talk about, bro, like Cyclops was pulling girls. Gambit was pulling like all the females, bro. Like Gambit was that dude, bro. Like when I came into comic books was right when Gambit came out. So like it was already a super dope connection. Like there was like another connection. Like I was a little kid, like I was super poor. So like for a little time period, like I ain't proud of it, you know what I'm saying? But I was a little thief, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like taking a little here and there and everything like that. And so like I really related to Gambit, and it wasn't because I was a bad person, it's just because I was like poor, and I wasn't steal from people, I would steal from like stores and stuff like that, because it's just like, yo, I was, gotta eat, you know? So like I definitely like related to Gambit. Like he was definitely a person I gravitated to, looked cool, pulled all the females, you know what I'm saying? Expert master thief, which I thought I was and everything at that time, you know. God forgive me for that, you know. So Gambit coming in number 3. Gambit was Gambit is like one of the main reasons like it hooked me. Like, and I was lucky I did come in Executioner song right when I came in, you know, and Gambit coming in there, taking the bullet in the leg, pulling it out later once they're locked up to pick the lock with his mouth, bruh, and then free all the X-Men so that they can get up out there and take care of Cameron Hodge. Like Gambit, dude, with the danger room with Wolverine where bang you dead, bro. Gambit saving the original X-Men and the X-Men who got captured from the skulls with Banshee, Storm, Forge, when they went into outer space, one-on-one with Gladiator, who beat the whole other X-Men and beat them one-on-one with the whole deck of cards, bro. Gambit is that dude, bro. Like, people is, I can't even say people sleeping on Gambit. Like, Jack the Batmobile during the Marvel versus DC crossover, bro. Gambit is that OG, bro. And they definitely did him not dirty. They gave him his due in the X-Men animated cartoon, bro. I was super happy he was in it. That episode with him and Cable and Muir Island, bro. Like, Gambit is that OG. I can't say enough about him. My second favorite comic book character overall is Gambit. So coming in at number 2, we got Storm. You know, Storm would be in my top 5, but my top 3 would definitely be, you know, Cyclops, Gambit. Excuse me. But Storm, you know, got to give Storm her props. Omega level mutant, controls the weather. That makes her stupid overpowerful. Man, Sword of X, bro. I went and bought that whole thing for Christmas. That's what I did for Christmas. I just went down to the comic store and I bought the entire Sword of X because there was that pandemic, so it put me off. Because before the pandemic, once Jonathan Hickman started his run, I started collecting every single last one of those titles. And so I got like the first 5 or 6 issues of, I got the whole House of X, Powers of X, and then I got every X-Men, the X-Force, Excalibur, all of them, you know. And then the pandemic hit, so like I ain't been to the comic store for a minute. Then I caught COVID too, so I was out of action for like a month and some change. So I was like really out of the loop. But once I got better for Christmas, I went and I just bought that whole Sword of X. And the way Storm handled death, bro, that was fire. Storm, Marvel versus Capcom 2, bro, probably the most overpowered person on the game. Like, man, Storm defeated Wonder Woman in the Marvel versus DC crossover, which technically led to the victory for Marvel. They did win that crossover event. Coming at number 1, I'm surprised because I be seeing a lot of people try to downplay my boy, but my favorite comic book character of all time, we finally agree again, bruh. I got like so many episodes. It's only the third time we agree on the number one, but I'm glad we agree on it. It's kind of obvious, but man, who knows with this social media and everything? A lot of people try to hate on they try to hate on what's position number one because it's the number one, so they like try to be the cool kid and be like, oh, he ain't so cool. I'll be seeing a lot of slander towards Wolverine, more than I do see him getting his props online, especially as of late. That's why I was kind of curious to make this in the first place because I was seeing people like putting out these posts like, yo, tell me your favorite X-Men is, and if it's Wolverine, you're trash, and all this other stuff like that. Because tell a lot about who you are as a person by your favorite X-Men, and people like using that to like say if you like Wolverine, such and such. But Wolverine beat out Storm by 30 votes, who beat out Gambit by 15 votes, who beat out Cyclops only by 4 votes. Wolverine coming in pretty heavy, bro. So 211 votes, Wolverine, man. Shout out. Best there is at what he does. What he does isn't very nice, man. All right, man. That's it for another edition of Top 25. I'm your host, Andre Harris. Make sure y'all go follow at the Whole Effing Show. I will post the edited version of this in there. You can check out previous episodes of Top 10 as well. You can also check out my gaming. I also game in there as well. Do some gaming from time to time, some Street Fighter, some WWE 2K. I got an AEW and an ECW 2K series. Shout out to Eric Denson for the graphic designs for the new banners I'm about to post later today as well, man. I greatly appreciate that. Definitely gonna be looking to him for some more work in the near future. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Shout out to everybody watching live. Shout out to everybody who's watching it back later on. Take care. Y'all stay safe. Peace.